on that point of like, okay, his body's not breathing, mine won't breathe eventually. Like the word I'm thinking of is urgency, but it's not a stress. It's not a pressure, but it's an urgency, like a profound thing. I walked through the city just a few weeks ago, and I look around at all these people, and I think we are all going to die. All of these people will have a last day. Today is one less day in my life than before. It was always going to be that way at night, one less day. In the morning, you can say, oh, I've got one more day because you wake up and you're not dead. But at night, you go to bed, one less day. And it's like that with all of our relationships too, one less day. Whether they stay with us until we die or they leave us, that fact remains. The nature of how they leave might be the same, might be different, but one less day remains true. The fact of death remains true no matter what circumstance we are in. For me, what I feel like since then, it's still fresh, but what I feel like since then is that it makes all of my interactions with everyone so important because we are always transmitting something to other people. And what my dad gave to me was that encourage word. And I feel like the idea of encouraging, the idea of what kind of person, what kind of transmission do I want to put out there in the world? How do I want to be with people, knowing the fact that we all have one last day? It's not a pressure. It makes everything more alive and precious because we know we have limited time with each other. It like adds this vitality to everything. It adds this like not this stress, but this aliveness, this almost this excitement to that fact that we it just doesn't last. And it's like we've got to not necessarily fill our day all the time with activity forever and ever, but we've got to be serious about what we do with our lives. And I don't mean every hour we've got to do that. I don't think I do, at least. It's just as far as like life path, who we choose to be with, how we choose to show up in the world. When we don't let ourselves be exposed to death, when we keep it at bay, these questions don't invade our mind because we keep them out. We keep the fact of our limited time as this body, we keep it out of our conscious awareness. And if we bring it in, it is a bit scary because it's so taboo. But then it's like, okay, how am I going to live my life knowing this is true? How am I going to be with people, even people I might not ever see again, even people that have wronged me, even relationships that are temporary and not, they're all temporary, but some more temporary than others based off of their duration and time. How am I going to do that? And that's one beautiful thing that has emerged from this in me is this feeling around all of that, I think. Um, and so to have a home funeral, to have this exposure to the body, it allows you to think about all of that. But otherwise, it's like this very compartmentalized event. And it might, if you don't let it in, you might not have that response. I'm not saying everyone will have the same response, but I think more or less we could all benefit from thinking about our death.